Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel.
I don't care. I'm in my pretty girl era. I'm a stare. Wanna see myself in the mirror. Oh, it's the season, it's that.
Today, I will be doing a get ready with me, but with the story time of how I sewed my finger. I have my clothes on already. I'm thinking if I should put on my robe so I don't get this messed up, or just leave it and just take the risk. I have no clue. I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. So we're going to get started because I have no idea what makeup look I want to do today, but you're just gonna get ready with me while I share with you guys the story time. Yeah. Okay, I think this might be my setup. Oh my gosh, you guys can see the Ariana Grande pillows so well. But I think this might be my setup. Unless I put you guys right here. Which one? This one might look good. But you can see that in the back. Just don't mind that part of my room. That is the messed up part that we have to figure out somewhere to put it. But I think this might be the thing. So I could just like look up and it's there. Okay, I guess the setup is gonna be like this while I tell you guys the story time about how I sewed my finger. Okay. Trying to figure out what makeup look I want to do. I'm probably have an idea. Oh. Okay. Anyways, this happened on November 10th, 2023. I remember this date. I mean, I know it was recently. I remember this because it's the day before Veterans Day. That's how I like just can remember it, because it was during the Veterans Day assembly that I didn't go to because we were doing a project, but I can remember it so well because it was the hour that it was in. Anyways, it was that day. It was in the morning. It was third hour. We had a sewing project that we had to do. I'm finishing up that sewing project now. But anyways, we were trying to make pajama pants or shorts. I was making pajama shorts. And I was just sewing it. It was like, I just started sewing that one. So, like, I was very, like, I just started sewing that project, so it wasn't, like, that much I already sewed. I literally only sewed, like, a little bit before it actually happened. Okay, so let me backtrack. This happened at the end of the hour of third hour. So, basically, I was sewing, and what happened was that the thread got caught in was getting caught of where I was trying to sew. And me, what I was thinking, because I started sewing in 7th grade and stuff, and so I wanted to take sewing again. All right, I'm back. I had to go wet my beauty blenders. Anyways, so the thread was getting caught of where I was trying to sew, because it's a little hard to explain, because if I was like with the sewing machine right now, I could literally explain to you of what I was trying to do. But at first, so it was getting caught and I was getting sick of it because it kept doing it, and I was like, oh my gosh, I am done with this thing. I'm gonna move it out the way because I didn't like how it was getting caught in there and then me having to cut it off afterwards. So I was moving it, and at first it pressed, like one of the things on the side, it pressed it down, so it almost got caught in with the needle and went through my finger, but it didn't at first, and I was like, oh my gosh, that almost went through my finger and stuff. And so I was like, I need to be careful. That's what I said to myself. I didn't say that out loud, but I said that to myself, and then I was still trying to do it. Mind you, I was doing this, I was trying to sew and do this at the same time, because I think I thought I was good at multitasking, and I've done this for a long time now. So I'm like, I've done this for a while, this should be like, I'm pretty good at this. And so then, after that happened, I was still trying to mess with it, and sure enough, it went through my finger. And when it went through, I was so shocked. I did not cry at all. I was so shocked. I was like, oh my gosh, that actually went through my finger. And then the first thing, before I told my teacher, this was very quick. I thought if I could move the hand wheel, and I was like, to get it out, it was not budging at all. So what I had to do, and it was not budging at all. So then I told my teacher, I was like, teacher, I think I just sewed my finger. Exactly, that was exactly how I said it. It was, this whole situation was like very calm, and everybody was like wondering how I was so calm the whole entire time. Because when you think you're getting a needle, like you got a needle through your finger, you think it hurts so bad, but no, for me, it was just throbbing. It was throbbing a lot, but it wasn't like bad enough that I was like crying about it so much and stuff. So I was like, so she came over and she looked at it and she was like, can someone please get the nurse? And so somebody went and got the nurse, and while like we were waiting for the nurse to come, she was like, don't look at it and stuff like that. So we were just like sitting there and everything, the whole class in there was shocked. They were like, oh my gosh, how are you staying so calm in this? I'm like, I don't know and stuff, because it's very weird, because usually I'd be scared of a lot of stuff. Like I'm scared of like getting shot sometimes, but then like the actual feeling when it's done, like, oh, that didn't hurt as bad, but like the thought of getting a shot is scary. And so when you think I'd be crying for this, I wasn't. Everybody was so shocked that I was not crying at all. Anyways, yeah, so we were waiting, we were just sitting here. I could not move, it was stuck in the sewing machine. And we were just waiting, and then the nurse came in, she looked at it and she was like, oh my gosh, this is actually happening. Like, she actually sewed a needle through sewed her finger. And so they were trying to figure out, my sewing teacher and the nurse were both trying to figure out how to get this, get the needle in my finger out of the sewing machine, because it was stuck and they were struggling to get it out. But I didn't see anything that was happening, because my sewing teacher told me to close my eyes and to just not look at it. So that's exactly what I did, because kind of looking at it makes you like get like so like freaked out by it, because yeah, it's just, it kind of looks just so unreal. Oops, I forgot this up here. Looking at it like feels so unreal and stuff like that. So it kind of like was like scared a little bit, but not to the point where I was like crying about it and stuff. And so once they got it out, the nurse, like, I took my phone and that was it. And then my teacher like got my stuff for me and a kid sent it down to the nurse. But the nurse walked me down to the nurse's office. She also called, while she was doing this, she called some administrators down to help me out because they kind of did not know what to do at first, because like we were like, what do we do like with this and stuff. So they came down to the nurse. We were all like in the nurse's office. Everybody was like looking at it and stuff like that, the administrators, and they were like, oh my gosh, we need to call her mom and see what she wants to do. So they called my mom. My mom was like, oh my gosh. And so they were trying to figure out if they wanted me to stay at the school and my mom come pick me up, or they could take me to the like doctor's office and stuff like that, or whatever, to the urgent care. And my mom said, hey, can you take her to urgent care? And but they didn't want to go somewhere like expensive, they said. Oops, oh my gosh. Expensive, they said. So the two principals, they took me to like this doctor's office that was down the street. I mean, like close by to the school and our house and stuff. And so like that whole time, like going to the car, in the car and stuff like that, the administrators, they were like helping me. They were holding my hand the whole entire time, which I was like so like thankful for. They didn't really need to, but I held their hand the entire time while this whole thing was going on and everything. And in the car, everybody was not like freaked out, but everyone kept saying, oh my gosh, I'm surprised how you are so calm and everything, and things like that. And so we got to the doctor's office, and they were a doctor's office. So when we went in there, we went in there and we were like, she has a needle through her finger. We need someone like fast. And so and then the front desk lady was like, okay, we'll get someone to you to see what they can do. I don't know if they could do much, but they might be able to help you out. And so we sat down, we waited, and the person, like, I don't know who she was. I think she was the nurse or something. And she was like, hey, she looked at it and she was like, I think the only thing that we could do is like put some shots like right here so it can numb your whole finger, which could hurt. Like they said, the shots could hurt bad, but it would numb your finger to take it out. And I was scared because I was like, I don't want a shot in my finger, especially if it's gonna hurt and stuff like that. And the like administrators, they were like, let's call your mom and see what she wants to do and stuff like that. So they called my mom, and then the doctor in there was talking to, she gave the phone to the doctor, and the doctor was explaining to my mom of what could happen, like if they were to do this and stuff, to explain what they told us. And then my mom was like, I think we are going to transfer her to an actual urgent care because that was only a doctor's office, and they couldn't really do much. And so we just waited. Both of my parents were on the way as they were doing that. They were close. Well, they were actually like 30 minutes away, but they weren't far when there. So we were just waiting for them to come pick me up. And my dad came first. He looked at it and he was like, oh my gosh, everything. They were both like very like shocked of like, oh my gosh, this is like, that is like actually real and stuff. Because it looks fake. When you see it, it looks very fake, but it wasn't. It's not. So they came, and as my dad was trying to put me in the car, my mom came like coming in, came too, and my dad drove while my mom and me sat in the back. My mom was trying to help me and stuff, and so I was not scared and stuff and everything. And as we were in the car driving to the urgent care, my dad called them to make sure that like we were like that they could actually do something, and to get me in as fast as possible into a room. So we got there. Hold on. This is like a long story, and I always like get twisted up with my words sometimes. So if something doesn't make sense in here, let me know, because I can explain it. I like, whenever I'm like talking to people or something, I get mixed up with my words sometimes. Anyways, so we got there, and they told us, we were like, okay, we're here, and she put us in a room fast as possible, and we were waiting for a little bit, and then the doctor came in. She took a look at it, and she was like, okay, there's two options that we could do. One, again, like how the doctor said at the last one, they could put some shots in right here, which could hurt, but it would numb your finger, and then take it out, or we could just take it out on its own with just the doctor doing it with her hands and stuff. And I was like scared because I didn't want to do both. I didn't want to do either. But my parents were like, okay, I think you should do the one with nothing at first, and if that hurts too much, then we can do the injection ones where they do shots and stuff into your finger. And I was like, okay. And so we got ready for that procedure, and she put some like stuff on it before she did it, and my mom came over, and I like was like hiding while she did that, so I could not see anything, because it's kind of like you don't want to see it because it looks like scary, like getting like something taken out of your finger. And she like poured some stuff on it, so I think it couldn't get too like, I don't know what, like, why did she put stuff on it and stuff like that. I forgot the reason why. But she put that stuff on it. It burned a little bit, and then she tried to take it out. I was hiding into my mom's like arms and stuff, and she took it out, and it was like a little tug. It didn't hurt that bad. I told her that it hurt a little bit, and it was all fine, and she took it out. It was not like, I was never screaming. I was never like crying. I just teared up a little bit because I just did not want anything bad to happen to my finger, or like something that they're gonna have to do to my finger that's really bad. So I was so glad that they could take it out that way, and we didn't do it the other way because that one probably would have hurt more than what the easiest way was and stuff. And then they took it out. I got some x-rays done. Was that before or after? Yeah, that was after. I got some x-rays done, so to make sure that it didn't go through my bone and everything. It didn't go through my bone. Thank God that it didn't. I was so glad. Where is... Okay, I had to find my brush. So they took it out. I had to get some x-rays done, and then they like cleaned it up around my finger so it wasn't like getting, so it can't get infected and everything. I had to take some Tylenol so it wouldn't hurt and stuff. And they put me on some antibiotics so I couldn't get it infected and everything, because they said if it gets infected they would have to cut off my finger. And if you know me, I lost 2 fingers on each hand whenever I was born in my mom's stomach. We can save that story for another day. It's also on my TikTok, so if you really want to know, like quick, or if you want me to make another video, another get ready with me sharing my story, you can comment below and I'll do it. Anyways, yeah, because I found out more research about myself. Anyways, that's not the point of this whole story. Yeah, so they said they would have to take it off, and we were like, no, we cannot get my finger taken off and get cut off, because so we have to take this antibiotics like and be on schedule all the time. So I had to take it every 12 hours. So I took it in the morning and then every night before I went to bed. And so, yeah. And so then everything was good. We were probably at that doctor's office for 45 minutes to an hour and stuff, because after that, they were kind of just taking really long for nothing. But it was all fine and stuff. Everything was awesome. And then my favorite part was after that, we went and we got to go to the pancake house because we were hungry. Because usually at that time, I would be eating my snacks at school because I just get hungry so easily. I have a lot of snacks, and then I'd had lunchtime and stuff like that. So I was hungry. And so, yeah, we went to the original pancake house and I got some food, breakfast, and I was just happy the rest of the day. I mean, it was a pretty like fun experience day. Like, honestly, having that experience is kind of a bit fun. But yeah, that was my experience and everything. Yeah, I'm going to do the rest of my look off camera, and then I will come back to you guys when my makeup's done. Alright, makeup is all done. I did my hair. It's not the best, but I wanted to do something to it. Yeah, actually kind of obsessed. It looks way better off camera than it is on camera. I feel like it's like, I don't know. Yeah, anyways, yeah, thank you guys for coming along with me, getting ready with me and seeing the story time. I'm okay now. It looks way better. And yeah. Yeah, thank you guys for watching this video. This video is going up this week, the week of Thanksgiving. And then I think I might vlog Thanksgiving and maybe Black Friday, and I might post that next week. So I don't know. We're just gonna see how the day is. But yeah, I will see you guys next week or sometime soon. Bye.